Hello. Hello and welcome to Code Jumper. This is a series of mini lessons and this is the second one. And today we're going to be learning about threads and what threads are in computer science. So if you have a Code Jumper kit, now is a great time to pull it out and get it ready. If you have your computer science journal handy, that is another thing you're going to probably need to put down a few words and a couple of your ideas to keep track of what we learned today. So before we begin, we need to discuss the word thread. Thread oftentimes is implied when we talk about sewing or our clothes. We use threads to stitch things together. The word thread in computer science has a little bit of a slightly different meaning because it's talking about how computers think. A thread in computer science is one set of commands or tasks that can be carried out at the same time as another set of commands. So two things at the same time. So right now, while you're thinking about it, and I bet you have your computer science journal, and if you don't, click pause, go ahead and pause the video and get your computer science journal and write down this definition for thread in your journal somehow, however you want to do that. And that way you can keep track of it when we come back to it later. Okay, so hopefully you have all that ready to go. So thinking about threads, are there times when you need to be doing two things at once? Have you ever had a time in your life when you need to be doing two things at once? Or, if you can't think of one of those, have you ever noticed two or more things happening at the same time that might be related? So I'm going to ask you to pause again and write down the answer in your computer science journal or talk to a friend or a neighbor or whoever might be around you about a time when two things are happening at the same time. It's either maybe to you or you've noticed it happening at the same time somewhere else. Okay, hopefully you've come up with a lot of ideas. Our world is filled with lots of things happening at the same time. The one I like to joke about sometimes is walking and chewing gum at the same time. That's two things happening at the same time, two totally different elements. Oftentimes in music, we hear two things happening at the same time. Sometimes we'll hear the beat in the background, and other times we'll hear the melody. So, thinking about telling a computer what to do, sometimes we do want to tell a computer to do two things at the same time. We want there to be two actions either on the screen, or we want that set of commands to happen at the exact same time. Music is actually a great example because that often happens in music. And what we're going to do in Code Jumper today might remind you of that. So right now, I'm going to show you some parts and pieces that you're going to need for today's lesson. You are going to need the hub. The hub is the largest piece. It has the speakers at the top, the flat speaker dial, the volume dial, a play button, and a stop button. It is the largest, and it's the heaviest, and it's the one that you had to put batteries in. You're also going to need some of the play pods. The play pods are computer shaped. They're white with blue dials. One is taller and ridged, and the other one is shorter, kind of like a flat donut. You will need all of those for this lesson. This is going to be really fun because we're going to put all of them together today. And then you'll also need a pause pod. The pause pod is white and orangish red, and it only has one dial on it, and it's tall and ridged, a little bit taller, well, about the same as the duration dial for the play pod, but there's only one dial. On the image on the screen is the loop pod. That's going to be for the loops lesson. We're not going to use that one today. So go ahead and pull all those things out. If you need to, hit pause and hit play when you're ready. Okay, so today we are going to make two different threads on Code Jumper. We are going to send a set of commands twice, 2 different sets of commands to CodeJumper and listen to see what happens. So up on the screen is something called a code card. The code card, this code card is called Explosion. And we use the word code card because it's kind of like a formula or a recipe. If you've ever followed a recipe out of a recipe book, this is the example of things that you are going to replicate or you're going to do in your own space with your own CodeJumper kit and see if you can recreate this. And by the end, you will have an example of using 2 threads at the same time. So in order to do this, I'm gonna just switch my screen here really quick and make sure that I have my document camera up and ready to go so you can see my CodeJumper kit. I also have on the screen the CodeJumper app up in the upper left-hand corner. And I have my kit over here in the document camera so you can see what I'm going to do. Now, in the code card, remember, like my recipe, it has 2 columns. The first column says thread 2 explosion. That's actually a clue that explosion is the name of the sound set for thread 2 that I need to find. So I'm going to go to the CodeJumper app, make sure that my CodeJumper I've already connected mine, so I know that the Bluetooth is running. It says it's connected. I'm going to select thread 2 right next to where I get to choose the sound set for the thread 2. And I'm going to choose under sample sounds. Under the sound set, I'm going to choose explosion. Then I'm going to choose OK. All right, so thread 2 is explosion. I like to do them all at the same time. So when I look at thread 3 on the code card, because remember there's 2 threads we're going to be working on. Thread 3 says we're going to be working in the sound set for people. So I'm going to go back up to thread 3 and I'm going to change the sound set to people sounds and then choose OK. So now my thread 2 and thread 3 have the correct sound set, just like the code card is asking me to do. Now comes the fun part. I'm going to take my first play pod and I'm going to plug it in to thread 2. Now, if you'll remember, when the sound dial is away from you and the threads are, the circular threads are facing your stomach, counting from the left, the ports go from 1, 2, 3, and 4, from left to right. So I'm going to choose thread 2, so that's this one right here, and I'm going to plug my play pod in. Oh, and I heard a click, so I know it's connected. Then let's see what the code card says. It says play 1 for 1 times speed. All right, so one, O-N-E, like the number 1. That must be one of the sounds, one of the names of the sounds. So I'm going to turn the play pod, the sound dial, until 5. Oh no! 1. And it says for 1 time. 1. I'm going to change the speed on that to be 1. Now I'm going to connect the second play pod. And in my code card, it says play 2 for 1 time speed. So I'm going to get my speed dial to 1 time speed. But I'm supposed to play a different number. Oh no! 1. 2. I'm supposed to play 2 for 1 time speed. All right. Now it says play 3 for 1 time speed. So I'm going to connect the third play pod into the second play pod. So now I have a string of 3. I have 3 play pods connected together. 1, 2, 3. And the third one didn't show up on my app yet. Hang on. You have to listen for the click. Listen for the click, and I'm going to turn the sound dial 3 until I hear 3. 3. I'm going to make it 1 time speed. So I think I have the first 3 lines on my app. The first 3 lines are exactly like the first 3 lines in my code card. It's like a recipe. Remember, we're kind of following this formula. Then it has another play pod. Oh my goodness, we're going to have a lot of play pods. I might not even be able to get all these on the screen at the same time. Oh, there's my 4th play pod, and the 4th play pod isn't a number. It says play glass break for 1 time speed. So I'm going to turn the dial.
5.
Glass break. It doesn't say glass break. It just sounds like glass break. So there's my 4th play pod. Oh man, I'm going to have to move some stuff around so you can see all of this. Okay, here we go. The 5th play pod is going to go into the 4th play pod. I'm going to hear the click, and the line shows up under that thread, under thread 2. And I'm going to, the last one says play explosion for 1 time speed. So I'm going to turn the sound dial.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, that's the explosion. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 play pods connected. I'm going to just double check my first thread. This is thread 1. I'm going to listen to it and I'm going to read it at the same time and make sure that I have exactly what the recipe card is saying.
1, 2, 3.
And then explosion. Okay. All right. That's thread 1. It is so lengthy that I'm going to kind of shove it to the side here because I need to now do thread 3. It's our second thread, but we chose thread 3. And thread 3 in my code cards cheer for 1 time speed. So I'm going to plug a play pod into thread 3. Oh, and on the app, a line shows up under thread 3. And it says play laughing for 1 time speed. And I don't want laughing. I think the code card said play cheer. So I'm going to turn the sound dial.
Oh.
Surprise. Surprise. Blowing cheer. Okay, got it right. It cheered for me. Okay, the next one, the next line is another play pod. So I'm going to add another play pod into thread 3. So I got the first play pod. Here's my second play pod. And this one on the code card says play O for 1 time speed. So I'm going to turn the sound dial until I hear oh. Oh, I think it's that one. Okay, now the next one says pause. So this is where we're going to use our pause pod. The pause pod is the one that has 1 reddish dial, very similar to the duration dial of play pod. And I'm going to plug the pause pod in as the third pod in a row in thread 3. So it should show up as line 3, and actually it does, and the line actually shows up a little bit different.
1 beat.
Instead of saying play blank for 1 time speed, it just says pause for how long. It says pause for 1 beat. Now in my code card, it suggested I pause for 2 beats. So I'm going to turn that 1 dial on my pause pod.
2 beats. A quarter beat. Half a beat. 1 beat. 2 beats.
We have quite a few options: quarter beat, half beat, 1 beat, and 2 beats. So I'm going to choose 2 beats because that's what my code card says. And then we've got 1 more play pod. This is my last one. I'm going to connect it to the end of the pause pod. And this one suggests play surprise for 1 time speed. So I'm going to turn the sound dial.
Oh.
Surprise!
Okay. Now, it's a little tricky. Let me see if I can get all of this on the screen for you at the same time. I've kind of made 2 circular groupings. Thread 2 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pods. They're all play pods. And thread 3 has 1, 2, 3, 4 pods. 3 of them are play pods. It goes 2 play pods, a pause pod, and then another play pod. So I think we are matching exactly what the code card says. So now it's time to play it and see what it sounds like. See what happens when we use 2 threads in computer science. It's 2 things happening at the same time. So I'm going to push play so we can all listen.
1, 2, 3. Oh.
Surprise!
Oh man, that's fun. Now I'm going to try it again and see if I can follow along and trace the code with both of my hands. I'm going to use my left hand for thread 2 and my right hand for thread 3. So I'm going to click play. Let's see if I can do this. This takes a lot of talent, by the way, when you're doing two things at once.
1, 2, 3. Oh.
Surprise!
Surprise. I was a little ahead on that last one. Okay. So that is a thread. Isn't that fun? I think now is a great time for you to practice. If you didn't get this thorough and you want to pause this and rewind what I did, go for it. If you want to try out other code cards, you can certainly look online at codejumper.com. There's other options on there. And what's really fun now is if you think you understand the idea of threads, there are actually 4 options for threads with our hub, right? So we could actually do 4 different things, 4 different sounds at once. So now is a great opportunity for you to create a song with at least 2 threads and using 2 different instruments. You could use the MIDI instruments and the sample sounds. Pick 2 that sound interesting together, 2 of them that you just like the sound of, and play around with it. See what you can do. Okay, thanks for joining today. I am super excited that you are here, and I hope you join us again for the next lesson later on. Bye.